I like
Hello,
the part of
everyone.
What's that, Kevin?
I like the part about the black jobs.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah,
The black job is getting her into that office and him away. But last night they took the gloves off, man, and they were beating Trump down with one big boxing glove. They just was sharing the boxing glove. So he must have thrown all kinds of mustard bottles at somebody's head in Mar-a-Lago. All right, Greg, it's over to you.
Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the community briefing. My name is Gregory Sneed. We're glad you're here today. It is the 22nd of August in 2024, and we were just kidding around. Very slow, nothing going on in the news this week.
Not a
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Not a
So,
thing.
but today our guest is David P. Anderson, and he will share with us momentarily what the P stands for. I'm going to take a guess at Paul. And he is the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of the Los Angeles Urban League, and he'll be joining us momentarily. He has to leave soon, I'm told. Is that still correct, David? You're on mute, so we'll fix that in a moment. But in the meantime, Crystal, pass it over to you, the queen of our community briefing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Excited to be here. Urban League is a passion of mine. I love that organization. All of them, but there's some that have really special places for very special reasons. Um, but welcome to the community briefing. This platform was inspired by myself during the pandemic or right at the onset of the pandemic to make sure that we were informed of all the information that was going on in our community so that we could make better decisions for ourselves and for our businesses. Now we 4 years in, we are meeting with our being introduced to our leaders and stakeholders that are really behind the scenes doing incredible work for us and on behalf of us. And so we want to welcome and thank everyone, all of our guests that come on a regular basis. Thank you guys for coming back. I am the co-director of Recycling Black Dollars, as well as a consultant and a business coach and consultant, and at the active advocate for our Black communities. This platform is powered and sponsored by Recycling Black Dollars and the BBA, the Black Business Association, as well as monetarily sponsored by Los Angeles LDC, Southern California Edison, PCR, Wells Fargo Bank, and SoCal Gas. So we welcome any support from anyone that wants to continue this platform and make sure that this information is being disseminated. You can't know and you can't make decisions if you don't know what's going on. So if you're not having a seat at the table, then you are actively on the menu. Actually, you're on the dessert menu, not even on the entree menu. You're on the dessert menu. And so this is what we're doing is making sure we have a listening ear to what's happening. So with that, we have a fantastic team. Gregory Sneed, he just introduced himself. Mr. Stephen Turner, who's the producer and does an excellent job of maintaining and getting people here on the show, and Miss Robin Billups. She's got some personal business going on today, but I believe she's going to call in or sign in on her phone while she's doing her stuff. And so with that, I am going to kick it back over to Greg. But David, thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure to be with you and share the great things that are happening at the Los Angeles Urban League.
Yeah,
Awesome,
great,
awesome.
great. So I'm going to do a quick introduction because I know time is limited. But our guest today, David P. Anderson, and we go a little bit of summary here. He was born and raised here in Los Angeles with a passion for positive change. After his schooling in LA Unified, he attended Santa Monica College, transferred to the University of Southern California, SC, where he got his Bachelor of Arts degree from the SC Annenberg School of Communication and Journalism. And then he went on from there to get his Master of Science in Social Entrepreneurship from the USC Marshall School of Business. And he's been honored by the California Department of Education with an Emerging Leadership Award. He's got named Health Champion by Alliance of Healthier Generation. He presently serves as the Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of the Los Angeles Urban League. He is now, I guess, all of 8 months into the gig. So we're glad that you're able to take some time to join us. You also have been with the University of California, Irvine in the Division of Continuing Education, and LA's Best, Think Together, Los Angeles County of Education, Lennox School District. It could go on and on and on, but his brother's been doing a lot of things. So without further delay, we're going to bring to the virtual stage David P. Anderson.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. The P stands for Philip, actually, with two L's. It was also my late grandfather's middle name as well, so I get to carry that with me in my name as I carry him with me in my heart and as I operate and navigate in community service and engagement as well. Thrilled to be with you. My resume was shared, so I love that I don't have to really speak about myself too much. But what's important, I think, to share about myself before really diving into all the things that are happening at the Los Angeles Urban League are that I've always wanted to be in a position of leadership and change. I've always wanted to be in a position of just simply put it, just helping people and helping folks to realize their potential. And I remember when our president and CEO, Ms. Cynthia Mitchell Hurd, and interviewing for the position, she asked, why are you interested in this position? And why are you in positions of leadership and in the community? And I'm really pretty prepared for interviews. And it's like, let's get it going. I have it. I know what I want to say. I'm thinking about it, ready for questions. But when she asked me, I said, wow, I've never really been stumped not stumped, but it was an emotional feeling that I got. And it was an emotional realization that I had. Because when she asked that question, I truly realized why and where I've always wanted to plant my feet in leadership. And that was because I've always wanted to give folks the opportunity to be able to pause and take a deep breath and think about what they want their life to be. Think about where they want their careers to be. Think about how they want to move in life professionally, personally and professionally, and education. And a lot of times in the community, the folks that we're serving, they don't have the opportunity to pause and take a deep breath and really think about how they want to strategically plan their lives. And that's what really bloomed from that interview when I had that conversation with our president and CEO, Cynthia Mitchell Hurd, to really identify, oh, this is, in a simply put, that's why I do what I do. I want folks to have that opportunity, that privilege, that luxury to be able to pause, take a deep breath, and think about how they want to structure and move forward in their lives. Because so many of us are backed into a corner or painted into a corner where they just have to make adjustments. They just have to move, and they don't get to pause and think. They just have to go. So to be able to pause and take a deep breath and give our communities the opportunity to learn and have different experiences where when they're pausing and taking that deep breath, they're able to think about all the different experiences, all the different mentors, coaches, and impactful people that they've had in their lives, and to be able to adjust accordingly. So that's a big part of what has been my drive, and also to be able to do it in a systematic way that's at scale, that's a business approach too. So when I look at it being in a position of service, we talked back about my schooling at the University of Southern California, that was studying the business of change. That was social entrepreneurship from a business school, marrying business with impact and change. So that's a little bit about myself. I have a little presentation that I'm looking forward to share with you all about all the movements and positive happenings that are happening here at the Los Angeles Urban League under the leadership of our new president and CEO. And if you don't know, Ms. Hurd is the first woman to lead our organization over 100 years. And there's a lot of amazing things that I kind of packed into our conversation presentation. And we'll continue to have more conversation because, as you all know, Ms. Hurd is definitely accessible And our team at the Los Angeles Urban League, we have a phenomenal team. They're all accessible. We all want to be in positions of supporting our community and conversations with leaders of the mind such as yourself. So with that, I will open up this presentation to share what's happening at the Los Angeles Urban League. Can everyone see my screen?
Yep, we got it.
Perfect. So you see our president and CEO, Ms. Hurd, our mayor, and our team, and I'll move this along so we'll have a little bit of time for some questions as well. So the Los Angeles Urban League, we have 4 pillars in service. And so one is workforce development, entrepreneurship, entrepreneur assistance, education advocacy. And below these pillars, you'll see some of the programs that we are offering, that some of the programs and service that we have. And then as we go through the presentation, I'm going to key in on a few of them that we really see as some of our more premier programs, and we'll discuss why we see those as so strong as where we currently are as we move forward. So workforce development, entrepreneurship, education, advocacy. So workforce, our goal is that every American has access to jobs at a living wage. So we see this as an opportunity to really support the community with jobs. We know that jobs give folks the opportunity to live their best lives and the opportunity for folks to also give back to their community as well. So you'll see some of our workforce development programs, Construction Career Academy, healthcare workforce, backstage careers that we're working on revamping. We actually recently forged a partnership with the Long Beach Jazz Festival, where we have students young people are able to, behind the scenes, get that experience of what it's like to build up a production. So that's our backstage careers. Those are below the line jobs, non-talent jobs. We want folks in the community to understand that the jobs in entertainment are not just being on stage, not just playing basketball or football. There's tons of jobs behind the scenes in the entertainment sports space. And then we have our career fair and corporate recruiting events. Well, I would absolutely love to share that we have a career fair coming up on September 27th. So if you or your businesses are looking forward to, if you're hiring or if anyone's looking for a job, we'll be able to support you in that endeavor. And then our upskilling, which provides individual career counseling and coaching, maximizing the strengths of our folks that we serve. So with our workforce development, our premier program we have is our Construction Career Academy. So I'll tell you, there's a story of a gentleman that moved to LA and ended up losing his job, and that led to losing his family. And there was a whole challenge that we could only imagine what happened from there. But this person found the Los Angeles Urban League, and they found out about our Construction Career Academy. And within 6 months, they were into a new job and had a senior level position at a job. They're a supervisor, and now they're able to get a home. So they went from unhoused to housed, and they were able to forge and rebuild their relationship with their family. So that's a story of the impact that even gives me chills thinking about and feeling about what that could be like. But that's a story of one person of impact that we know the Construction Career Academy has delivered. You can see in our highlights and milestones that 131 students are enrolled during 23-24, as of course the fiscal 25 year has just begun. But 90% have passed for the Southern California gas exam. 88% have construction union jobs that are moving forward. And then the average salary rate is between $68,000 and $74,000, of which $49,000 is the average salary in Los Angeles. So from a salary perspective, this is successful that we see at the Los Angeles Urban League, but also when it comes to the passing rate. So we want to continue to build on our Construction and Career Academy and to continue to create these opportunities for pre-apprenticeship and opportunities for folks in the community to get these good paying jobs, because we see the fruits of that labor. Entrepreneurship, this is another opportunity that we have, another pillar that we have at the Los Angeles Urban League that connects our passion of local business to owners and creating jobs and wealth across the country. These are opportunities for generational wealth. So we have our Intuit Ideas program, which I'll discuss shortly more in depth, that actually has just expanded. Our hospitality counseling program, our Elevate Together program, those are by Pepsi and Office Depot. And then we have business counseling. So even if you're not necessarily in one of our programs, of which we have a very much variety, you can connect with our business counselors, such as Miss Crystal Mitchell, one of our legendary business counselors, that's on the call. And our business counselors are able to support you and identify what your challenges are, what your problems are, and find a sustainable and solution there. So I won't plug Crystal Mitchell right now, but I just did. Then we have our Urban Capital Readiness Program, which is through our partnership through the Minority Business Development Association, in which case yesterday we had our second graduation of business owners, of CEOs that are in the creative space and also in the food and beverage space. So we're continuing that partnership through 2024. So Intuit Ideas, last year we had a cohort of 25 business owners, 25 CEOs. We want to remind our business owners, as we did last night, that these business owners, these entrepreneurs are CEOs, and it's important. But we're 100% retention rate. So they came in, we had 25 businesses. 25 businesses are graduating. We'll have our culmination event next week, and their graduation ceremony will be at the new Intuit Dome in a few months, where they will be honored during Intuit at a Clipper game in the coming months. But there is $100,000 value of software and services. At the end of this cohort, they will receive a $10,000 grant. They're learning different through the course of 10 months. They're learning from business experts, business counselors. They're learning, as you can see above in the program description, bookkeeping, tax preparation, compliance, marketing, leadership, and management. So all the different avenues that we see in partnership with Intuit are what take form with Intuit Ideas. Invest, develop, empower, accelerate, and scale is what IDEAS stands for. We recently we are now, because we're now into this new year, we have since then expanded on Intuit Ideas. So in last year, 23-24, we served 25 business owners in Los Angeles. For 24-25, we will be serving 100 business owners across Los Angeles. And under the leadership of our president and CEO, Ms. Hurd, the decision was made to expand additionally into Atlanta and to Philadelphia. So our partnership between Los Angeles and Intuit Ideas is not just here in Los Angeles. We're also supporting and funding other entrepreneurs across the country in Atlanta and Philadelphia. So that's 25 businesses, 25 CEOs, 25 entrepreneurs, and 50 here in Los Angeles. So we went from 25 last year to 50 here in Los Angeles. And this coming year, right now, we'll have 25 in Atlanta and 25 in Philadelphia. So that's essentially, we moved from 25 business owners in Intuit Ideas for FY24 to 100 in less than a year, which is absolutely remarkable.
We know that 1 in 5 small businesses fail within their first year.
That will share a little bit about Intuit Ideas to give you a little bit more depth about what Intuit Ideas looks like.
We know that 1 in 5 small businesses fail within their first year.
It's hard to find the expertise you need. It's hard to actually connect with the people that can help you.
Intuit is going to be providing its suite of products to these 25 plus small businesses, as well as access to our expert network.
The specific need we're trying to address is the ability to support with coaching and workshops that will help grow their organization.
Everyone deserves an opportunity to prosper because it's really the only way that we can have peaceful communities. I'm Janelle, co-owner of All Chill, hip-hop ice cream shop in historic Leimert Park Village.
My name is Dora Herrera, and I'm part of the Yucas Family Restaurants. Our family-run business, now going on 48 years, started because my mom had a dream. I think I hold myself back because I don't know what I don't know. Being part of the Intuit Ideas cohort for me has already been fruitful because I have a personal coach, I have a business coach, and both of those things are helping me focus on what I want to do.
I think being part of the Intuit Ideas program is wonderful for small businesses.
Once you have the skills and the resources, everything gets easier. And I feel like the skills I'm learning through Intuit will help me get a bigger chunk, or aim higher.
RLA is full of dreams and vision, and sometimes those things need to be brought down to steps to make those things really happen. So you can get the door open and you can have folks who say this is a good idea, but how do you get that second location open? And this is something that this program is allowing us to do.
Being part of cohorts like this with the Intuit ideas is fabulous because I'm learning what I don't know.
There's fulfillment in prosperity, the opportunity for people to pursue things that make them happy, which make them radiate that happiness in the spaces that they occupy.
Well, when I reach these business goals, I am going to celebrate with my friends, my family, my 4 generations of customers. And then we're going to sit down as a family and say, what should we do next?
With the support that we have from Intuit, it's a game changer.
Intuit understood that the community is vital, it's moving, and it's vibrant.
I was thinking about the power of what's possible, and that's what I'm really excited about.
Perfect. So the Los Angeles Urban League is thrilled for our Intuit Ideas partnership. As you can see, the smiling faces and the business owners are having fun. And we're absolutely looking forward to our next iteration to show videos and smiling faces of our successful business owners, our entrepreneurs, our CEOs, not only here in Los Angeles, but our business owners in Philadelphia and Atlanta as well. Education. So with education, we serve students that are between middle school, predominantly middle school and high school, but also in college. Let's see. We understand that education is one of the most important avenues to support our future leaders. And just the facts of the matter are we know that the more students are educated, the more students have the opportunity to learn, the more students have that experience, but also the more we're able to support them, we know that we'll be able to support our community. And another avenue of our support is in our Biz Camp and Biz Institute. So Biz Camp and Biz Institute also marries with our entrepreneurship. Our entrepreneurship, in terms of this program, we have a Biz Camp and Biz Institute. The Biz Institute goes through 10 months. Prior to the Biz Institute, we have Biz Camp, which we have 2 cohorts of 3 weeks. And the students go in, some of them come into the program and they already have a business. Imagine being in middle school, high school, already with a business, already with a social media platform. But some of the students come in week 1 and they don't have a business. And they just have an idea of, I want to learn about business. And it's absolutely remarkable to see that after 3 weeks, these businesses are able to pitch. These young people are able to pitch. They understand COGS, they understand their product, they understand sales, they understand that I need to find the best way so I can make money. One of the students I met with at culinary ceremony, I said, what are your prices in terms of your product? And they said, I just buy low. And I said, and then what? They said, sell high. So they're already thinking buy low, sell high. They're thinking about asking for help. They're thinking about their network. They're thinking about how this is not just an opportunity for them to learn during the summer for this one product, but it's also a metaphor for other companies and businesses that they may have in the future. Most recently, there was a young man that was at our Biz Camp culmination, and he was a photographer. He came in, he was taking pictures, and we found out that he was a former Biz Camp Biz Institute student. So we asked him, is this what you pitched? Did you pitch to be a photographer in the future? He said, no, I actually had a whole candy store. So it shows how his learnings in that candy store, it wasn't about the candy store, it was what he learned during Biz Camp and what he learned during Biz Institute, that he was able to use that as a template, as a metaphor for virtually any business. So the students go through Biz Camp and Biz Institute and they leave with confidence, but they also leave with the tools for success. Highlights for Biz Camp, Biz Institute, 107 students participated. FY24 Biz Camp, Biz Institute, 36% created and pitched an original business, which means they came in with just, I want to come in here to learn. Los Angeles Urban League students placed first, second, and third in our citywide competition, and then first and second out of 4,300 students in regional competition. And now we know that we have advanced a student who has an AI technology, AI scholarships, and they will be participating in the national competition in New York. So we're absolutely thrilled of the impact and change that we're having in terms of education with our BizCamp, Biz Institute. We also have our Black graduation where we're able to support and empower our students annually and lift them up and celebrate their success. Also supporting with FAFSA and mentorship and leadership, all the different avenues that sometimes outside the classroom are just what it takes to propel a student to succeed and to advance beyond high school into college and our career. Then we have our advocacy pillar, empowering civic engagement, social justice. Los Angeles Urban League has been a powerful catalyst of change, amplifying the voice of Black and our underserved voices in our community. One of our premier programs in terms of advocacy is the State of Black LA. So this is a panel series that, actually I'm going to pivot here. State of Black LA here. This will be October 10th. This is streaming on NBC and Telemundo. Streams for hours last year. It streamed for 5 hours on NBC and Telemundo. And this is some level of stream that you only see for the debate. Our partners, as you can see, currently include the University of Southern California, NBC and Telemundo, USD, GPSN, and City National Bank. But our mission, of course, is just to support African Americans and communities of color, amplify the voices of leaders such as yourself in the community. And we want to ensure that we're having a data-driven approach to how we're able to move forward with economic empowerment, with education, with our advocacy. And I did want to share here. So these are our panels for this year's State of Black LA. Our panel topics are economic empowerment, health access and equity, and housing and homelessness. So that will be our State of Black LA for this year. Of course, we're always looking for sponsors to support the amazing work that we're doing. But that is our 4 pillars of the Los Angeles Urban League. Those are our upcoming event, the State of Black LA. And of course, we also have our career fair event that is taking place on September 7th. With that, I would love to answer any questions that I may answer myself or move over to anyone on our team at the Los Angeles Urban League. But we're thrilled to be here on the voice of our president and CEO, Ms. Cynthia Mitchell-Hurd. Just thank you all for being you. Thank you for your community and being pillars of support and thought partners of the Los Angeles Urban League. And I want to open up here for any questions or thoughts or anything that's brewing with anyone that's on this call here.
Well, one thing to also highlight is the Urban League awards, the annual dinner and recognition. I know that's past. The next one's, when is it? What month is that again?
In May.
In May.
Our annual Whitney M. Young Gala, yes. That was in.
Cool. Did I see any questions in the...
We're now located right in Leimert Park in the Danny Bakewell building. So right on Vernon and Crenshaw.
Across the street from the older building.
Correct. Across the street from our elder.
At a corner.
We have somebody on that's kind of familiar with the BizCamp.
And David, you did an excellent job on the BizCamp because that's exactly right. We're always so proud of those young people. And myself and Rhonda Hobart, who is the director of that program, that is the highlight of my whole entire year, is working with the kids in BizCamp and Biz Institute. And you guys all know that because I talk about that all the time. And during the summer, y'all know I disappear and come back and bring the kids on, and all kinds of things is going on during June and July. So yes, very honored. Curtis asked the question, when are they going to take applications for any of the cohort programs that you have? I think he's asking about the Intuit And I believe we just closed that one down, right?
Yeah, we actually did close the Intuit cohort, but again, we have a plethora of different programs that are ongoing with different periods. I'll drop our Los Angeles Urban League website in the chat, and then you'll be able to not only see some of the programs that we do have offering, but you'll also be able to join our mailing list. And I would encourage you to do that because as we do have different programs, we push out those communications to our mailing list, to our social media, and to be as informative as we can. And if there's other ideas that folks have, we welcome other opportunities to communicate the different cohorts and different activities that we have going on because we want to be sure that our community is aware and has an opportunity to engage as much as possible. But on the website, which I'll put in the chat, which is www.laul.org, LAUL, Los Angeles Urban League, and you'll be able to visit and peruse and see some of the different programs. But we absolutely encourage you to join our mailing list so we'll be able to communicate with you as much as possible.
Awesome. David, I'm going to add something to the construction program. So the Urban League actually, the construction program is the second child. The first child for the Urban League was called the LEAP program, which was back in 1960. And it was at the time when we had major chaos in Los Angeles from the Watts riots. And my uncle, actually, who is the mentor for the new, for Amari, actually with John Mack implemented the LEAP program and trained and helped a lot of the construction workers that were in Los Angeles that are retired in the last 5 years. All of them attribute that to him getting them into the program. So that it literally changed their lives to become middle class participants in Los Angeles. They were able to buy homes and start businesses, and so this is the child of the LEAP program that actually was a my research and my uncle indicated it was a $5 million program back in the 60s that the Urban League hosted during that time frame. So a lot of his friends and students praise him for doing that. Linda, you have a question, ma'am. You gotta take yourself off mute. There you
Okay,
go.
I'm trying.
Okay.
As you can see, I'm in motion. So I wanted to amplify, David, my role going forward will be able to find students for backstage careers.
Okay.
Because of the partnership with the Long Beach Jazz Festival, it's going to be important for us to find those students way in advance of next year so that we make sure that they are in the pipeline ready to go. So I just want to say thank you so much for that opportunity. And we look forward to building out that backstage careers, everything in back of house of the festivals that I'm involved with. This is the first, and we have many to go.
No, thank you. And thank you for your leadership and making that connection to the leadership of the Long Beach Jazz Festival.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. There's see, Greg, can we share some information about the Urban League in general for I think, is that now, Greg?
Sure, I'll share. I don't know if that was, but I just say that the Los Angeles Urban League's been around for over 100 years. And Los Angeles Urban League has served as an advocate for African Americans and others in underrepresented communities to have access to living wages, opportunities to start their businesses. It's overall economic empowerment, career pathways. We mentioned our different pillars: education, advocacy, entrepreneurship, and workforce development. But it's overall for personal and professional growth. And under Ms. Heard's leadership, particularly, we're looking at the full continuum of care from our young people all into our senior population as well. And one example of that is with our partnership, Uplift. We have senior housing with our partnership with Uplift. I'm sure you all are familiar with CCCI, with Chris Bacchus as their executive director, president, CEO, executive director. But we have breaking ground, and folks will be moving in the next month or so. where it's 50 units of senior housing upstairs, and this is over on Manchester and Dinker. And then at the bottom level, there is going to be a tech center. So we'll be able to support continuing with our senior population, but also with our young people. So from young people to our senior population, regardless of how we can be of service and support, we want to be that leader and that pillar to support our people in the community, regardless of where they are necessarily demographically or racially. We want to make sure that we're supporting the people in Los Angeles and be that pillar of hope and leadership for them in economic development, aligned with our pillars.
Thank you. Kevin.
First of all, I'd like to say, hey, David, good to see you.
Hello, Mr. Harbor.
How are you? I love it, Mr. Harbor. You know, just give you guys a little background. David's dad and I, and Greg love this. We're online. We pledged together, Kappa Alpha Psi. You know, Greg's an alpha, so I got to rub that in a little bit. But a supportive alpha, I will say that. He's a good guy. So just want to let you guys know I've had the honor and opportunity of attending LA Urban League's events, especially since Cynthia Hurd has taken over. First of all, she's an extraordinary leader. She does it all. The events that I've been to are well organized, well attended, and not only that, you know, she can raise money. And I'm just proud of what she's assembled, proud of the team that she's got together. And don't take it the wrong way, but the Urban League is definitely back and deserves our support and attention. And we got to get in there and support them, you know, because they're doing great work. And I'll just leave it at that. I got another meeting I had to jump to, but I had to I was doing double duty, David. But I had to be here since I found out you were going to be on.
Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate you being there.
And real quick, Kevin, John Mack was an alpha.
I was waiting on that. I knew you weren't going to let that pass.
A little Divine Nine conversation. Awesome. Thank you, Kevin.
All right. Guys, take care.
No, you know, I'll be sure to share that with Ms. Hurd as well. And I know I serve with the pleasure of our president, CL, but it's remarkable to see her impact, not only but the fundraising, but it's the friends that she's able to align strategically and understand what are their goals, what are their mission and vision, and how can we all win together. And that's a huge piece of what we're doing. In alignment with what you said, where under her leadership, everything is about excellence. How can we all win? How can we support our community? How can we bring people together? And how can we accelerate? So thank you for your words about Ms. Hurd.
Well, you earned it. She's earned it. And you got my 110% support. So good to see you, man.
Good to hear on the call.
So we all probably have a Los Angeles Urban League story. If you grew up in Los Angeles and your first job, you needed your first job, generally everyone showed up there. So everyone that I've consulted and coached with through the Urban League, they all share that. That's usually the first part of the conversation. So I'm sure many of you also have that as well. I was at a retirement party last week for one of the longtime members of the Urban League, Bonnie Jeter, and Thomas Jeter. She's been with the Urban League 35 years, both the national and the Los Angeles version. And I made a comment at the end. You know, I'm a consultant, but I'm also the community. That it's so important for our organizations that are here in the community for us to support them. For us to be behind them. They bring these excellent programs that are literally, they're free to you, to those that are participating in those programs. So please go out and share that with them. We're at the bottom of the totem pole right now, so there is no competition between any of our organizations in the city. In fact, we all should be working together to elevate our people to make sure that they are doing the best that their skill sets and present it with all of the opportunities that they should be able to take part in. And so it's all of our responsibility, I believe, as community leaders to make sure that that's happening. So yes, they are back, as Kevin says. They actually never went away. They just was regrouping, and that's fine because sometimes we all have to do that because things change in our community. But David, anything else you want to share with us? I think you got to run, or are you good? Are we
I
over?
have to run. I'm going to ask if everyone could just pause and just take a deep breath. Inhale.
Woo!
All righty.
All righty. So I saw Miss Heard is at the DNC. Probably everybody in Los Angeles right now that's in the political or in some certain positions or is in the DNC convention right now, which is awesome. So we look forward to hearing all the great stuff that's going to come back from that as we move forward to the voting, to the election November 5th.
Yes, absolutely. Encourage everyone to vote. Vote, 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 vote.
You're voting for democracy right now. You're not voting for a person. You're voting for your own survival in this country. And if you don't,
I do have a quick question. Does the Los Angeles Urban League accept donations, and are they looking for volunteers?
Absolutely. Absolutely accept donation. We're absolutely looking forward to more volunteers expanding upon our network, be it personally or a professional connection. So please, at the Los Angeles Urban League, I also put in my email as well. But www.laul.org, you'll have direct access to us. I'll leave my email as well. And I'll send also our email of our business development leadership, Miss Laureen O'Hara Abeta, who will be leading that in terms of our relationships as well.
Stephen?
What can we do in the Black community to support you and the Los Angeles Urban League?
Sure. Thank you for that question. I say one is to being on this call and hearing from us and letting other folks know that we're here and we want to be in a position of leadership. We are in position of leadership to support our community. So I think the big part, since we have that, there's still little resonance of a long time ago history. So the more that our folks in the community are able to speak about the current Los Angeles Urban League and our current, president, CEO, and all the good things that are happening, that being that beacon of voice and marketing for us and being that champion for us in the community is a big part, just helping to carry the name of the Los Angeles Urban League, letting folks know about our new president CEO. And if there's any details, you can send those on over to the Los Angeles Urban League, but simply being pillars out in the community, drawing folks over to the Los Angeles Urban League. We would love to meet and communicate with anyone that wants to partner with us. But the huge part that anyone can do is know that the Los Angeles Urban League is here. We're moving. We're making a lot of empowering things happen in the community. And we want to be in partnership and service and access to everyone.
Awesome. And if you're a small business or you really truly want to check out the programs, it's an excellent cohorts that can really move your business to the next level. We have so many success stories, David. It's with some of the ones that were in the Intuit, they're just doing exceptionally well. And then I have one success story I just found out this weekend. One of our participants in the virtual class that we had for Biz Camp, he is now the youngest licensed real estate agent in Los Angeles. He just got his real estate license and he's going to Cal State University. Just graduated this past June, and he's going to Cal State University. He wants to position himself as a real estate agent in the commercial space as well as doing project management. So I am so proud of Christopher Luna. When I first met that young man, before I brought him into Biz Camp, he told me he didn't want to go to college. He didn't see the reason for it. He just wanted to work, but his idols were Warren Buffett, and that's where he wanted to be. So, and Robert Kiyosaki. So I am so impressed with that young man, and it started in Biz Camp. So we're very proud of him.
Also, speaking of money, it was asked of us as well. We shared our website, www.laul.org. The simplicity, if folks are interested in donating, you could donate monthly or one time. Every little bit helps because we need it. We can't do all the things that we're doing alone. We can't do it without dollars. And as I believe Ms. Mitchell, as Crystal shared, the services and programs that we're offering, these businesses, these CEOs are going through it, and it's not no cost to them. So we're working on how we continue to build and accelerate and scale. But if folks can support with any dollar amount monthly, it's www.laul.org/donate. I'll also put in the chat laul.org/donate. And that's a space where any little bit, together is better. So if we're all coming together, making those smaller donations, being a donor does not mean that, you're Warren Buffett that we just shared of. It's big, big, big dollars. But as a community, if we all come together, those dollars allow us to make a phenomenal impact. And we'll be able to share out our different impact reports. And if you follow us on social media and follow us and register where we can communicate with you with our email e-blast, you'll be able to see the dollars that you're investing in us. You'll be able to see how far you're helping to take the organization. And we'll just thank you in advance for your support and partnership of us of supporting the Los Angeles Urban League as a donor, large or small. Just thank you so much in advance.
Awesome. David, this platform is here obviously as a result of for the community. So the door is open anytime you guys at the Urban League want to share some stuff. This is the platform. Our goal is to become the voice, the virtual voice anyway, the digital voice for what's happening in our community so that our people here know exactly what's going on and not hearing about it after the fact, but actually having some live conversations about the activities that we are all participating in, but not necessarily our small business owners because they're working. And so this is that platform that we use to do that. So please feel free to come join us anytime. Also, I know we're expanding the some of the cohorts. Are we also? I believe I was asked if we, and maybe you can elaborate on this. Are there any other professionals that would like to become consultants for the Urban League as they continue to grow and expand out their programs? Is that something you can speak on?
Sure. I mean, the more folks that are able to support, especially as we continue to grow and expand our programs, we'll need more business contractors, business consultants, I think you're mentioning. So that's another avenue of support that folks can engage with, where you would have that direct one-to-one connection with some of the businesses, and you'll be able to see directly. We talked about micro donations and all that, but you also have the opportunity to work directly in one-to-one in partnership with some of our up-and-coming businesses or businesses that are already doing well, but your expertise would help them to elevate where they are in their business.
All righty. Oh, that's Renee. Awesome. So guys, voting is very important. I think we're down to like 70 something days, 75 days, something of that nature, where it's like right around the corner. Emma still on? Emma will be having an event where we can, you have to get it's a private invitation.
It's a private invitation. If you don't mind, I can share this. I think the coast is clear.
Okay.
It's a private invitation at my home. All you have to do is bring your sample ballot, regardless to what district you live in. I'll get my address out and you'll have to RSVP so that I know how many people. Everything is free. We'll have refreshments and drinks, and we'll go through your ballot. And the goal is by the time you leave, you are ready to vote. If you haven't already sampled, or if you go to the voting station to do it. So we're going to talk about a lot of other things that are going on. And thank you. I went to the BBA's event on Saturday. It was really hot out there. I had voting material, and we got a few people to sign up. Let me take my video on. A few people to sign up, and thank you, Joseph. I saw you there. But we're working hard. We really have a lot to do, and I don't want people to think that just because everybody's excited about what's going on with Kamala and her presidency, we have a lot. We have to get people to vote because just because we see all these people excited, we want them to be excited to go to the poll. So we still want to keep as many people as we can bring in. Let's do it and work together. I did see our friend on Saturday. He showed up at the event. And he personally talked to me about why he's doing what he's doing. Be that as it may, he is not invited. I did share that with him, and just in case anybody else, I want people that are serious, because there's no reason that he has to be there. I mean, I'm serious. But continue to help me. If you want to work with me, I went to a couple of barbershops on Crenshaw. That was interesting. And you'd be surprised who you can get people to sign up to do it. So let me know if you want to work with me.
And I think it's very important that we all are working with our children, our young people, not our children, our young people that are of a voting age, because there's certain things they're kind of stuck on and don't necessarily have all of the information, but they truly have to understand that what's happening is bigger than them and TikTok and Instagram, that we're fighting for them, because this is really going to have a major impact on our young adults, 18 and up, this election. So if we don't get out there and vote consciously, consciously about what's happening, then we're going to be in some serious danger. So I'm excited about the DNC convention. I'm excited about Kamala, but again, it's not just about her. It's about making sure that that other guy don't get in the office. I don't care who they bring in. It cannot be him. Before we
broke
close,
up with you for a reason.
Yeah, there you go. That was Hakeem. That this morning I saw that and I was like, I had to put that in, because as a female that had numerous of boyfriends come back and like, dude, I broke up with you for a reason. Do not come back here.
Exactly.
Women can resonate, and I'm sure you guys can resonate too. There's some girls, some women in your lives, and you don't want to come back. They're gone. So be gone.
my Brooklyn brother, and we from the same neighborhood too. So I love Hakeem. Yep.
Right, exactly. So yeah, we broke up with you for a purpose. Today, the GLAC, and this is this evening at 3 o'clock. GLAC is having a Connecting with Metro. It's sponsored by Metro's Construction Development and Bonding Company program. They're having a virtual Zoom event. You can register. I am going to upload it into the chat right now so that you guys can check it out. So support them. It's virtual.
For our audience, like GLAC, what is GLAC?
Oh, I'm sorry. Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce is GLAC. So let's see. Let me go here real quick to my computer so I can pull this up. So please visit them if you're available this afternoon. Yes, he's persistent. He hasn't come back here because I gave him not an ultimatum. I let him make a choice of his own. I think adult people should be able to make their own choices, but I just told him that he wasn't necessarily welcome. All right, so there is the flyer. No, I didn't say it like that. I had more decorum than that. I said, you're making people uncomfortable. And it's during a time when us Black folks are very uncomfortable about a lot of things in America right now. So join GLAC this afternoon at 3 o'clock. The link and everything is there. I do believe you have to register. There's some great events. By the time they come back, guys, it's going to be pretty awesome on everybody that's away right now in Chicago. But we do have to maintain the fact that I think even with Kamala as president of the United States, Project 25 is definitely still a danger, because as long as they're in the House of Representatives and they're in Congress, they're still trying to push their agendas. And there are some things going on, or if you have not read or had not heard or seen or whatever, Project 25, those are some real dangerous proclamations that they want. And so I think even with her being president, it still could be a danger to us. So just make sure you're knowledgeable what's going on out there and what that really, really means. Because for women, it's going to be There'll be danger. For those of you, and if you haven't, join one of the Win with Black Women conversations on Sunday. It's been awesome. And as well as Win with Black Men and the California Black Collective. They've been, just go to their websites and go to their Facebook pages. They are keeping you up to date with everything going on, but they need your help. We need to get people to the voting polls. We need to get them here. We're kind of blessed because we don't have all the shenanigans, at least down in Southern California, that's going on, preventing people from voting. But in other states, so if you have relatives in other states, especially other states that are red states, if we can give them assistance on how they can get safely to the polls, cast their vote, and be able to vote. And I'm concerned that the vote may not even get counted. I mean, that man got some other plans going on right now.
He certainly does.
So I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I have to say, all the brothers, no offense to you guys, but there are so many Black men that are not voting for Kamala, or they're saying they're not. So if you can spread the word, please don't let them say these negative things that they're saying about her. And whatever we can, huh?
Emma, I have to differ with you and defend our brothers a little bit. There are a lot of loud ones out there, but all of the polls show that that's like 7 or 8%. That's not really a significant number. It's more than it should be, but I've been part of the Win with Black Men calls, and I know that we're drowning that out by, magnitudes of scale. So don't get distracted. A friend of mine sent me a clip the other day of this Black woman who runs a Trump memorabilia store. Mm-hmm. So she's one person, but because she's one person and she's counter to what everybody else is doing, that gets outsized attention. The vast majority of us are not supporting that dude, don't want anything to do with that dude. Like everyone has said, we broke up with him for a reason. And his whole crowd size issues, we can't deal with that. So don't be distracted by that 1 in 10 Black man, and some of them are celebrities, I give you that speaks out for him, because that's really not the majority.
Well, that's great.
Awesome. And every week on the Win with Black Women, they're giving you a countdown. But I think where they are now is counteracting. Instead of letting the Trump go off on a tangent, they're come back and counteract that. Same thing with anything for Kamala. If you put the information on social media where they are, their social media, which is Instagram and TikTok, but just facts do not lie. So just give them the facts. And that was the recommendation from Win with Black Women, is just they counteract. If the negative press, social media streams are out there, counteract it with actual fact. Like the whole thing with her being Black or an Indian. It really doesn't matter, because the United States made a decision long time ago that 1 drop of Black blood made you Black. That's y'all's decision. You made that decision, not us. You did. So therefore, she's Black. You said it.
She's also not orange.
Yeah, she's not.
And that's the important color in this discussion.
Yeah, she's not the pumpkin color. So guys, thank you. It's noontime. Thank you, and come back next week. Stephen, is that going to be our real open forum? He's finding his meat.
Stephen.
We have some from
to be determined.
Okay.
So next week is Ron Turner from KJLH.
Awesome.
2.3 FM.
All right, we're excited. We got some great, and we got the secretary Ron Turner, and then we have Fiona Ma coming later on in the month, right? In September. So we got some exciting conversations to be had. So have a great day, everyone, and we will see you guys next Thursday. Tell a friend, and be back now, y'all.
I won't be here next Thursday. I'll be attending a memorial service for Ellis Gordon Jr., a good friend, and passed away from cancer. And so his services are this coming Thursday at First Amy Church, Los Angeles.
Awesome.
Same for me.
Same for you. We've lost some great people. Him, Ted Brass, last couple weeks. So let's pray for everyone in our community, and hold everybody up in prayer. Ms. Roz, hello. All right, everyone. We are going to end the broadcast as of today, and we will see you all